Hello everyone, my name is Joy. On today's video, I will be sharing with you 7 signs you're being used by a man. There is a huge difference between being loved and being used. Oftentimes, you're blinded by love that will mistake red flags as genuine affection. A relationship demands some amount of compromise on both partners' parts, but not to the expense of one's self-respect. When we are in love, we often behave irrational, and this makes us available to exploitation. So are you compromising for the love of your life, or you're feeling you're being used? This video enlists signs that shows you're being used by a man. Now let's get started. 7 signs you're being used by a man. Number 1. You are always unselfishly doing things for him without getting anything in return. Love is a mutual expression of feelings. But if you are the only one doing more of the giving and never taking, it might be time to pay attention. While it is nice or good to be kind and unselfish, but when it is always you giving the extra effort, it is not fair. If your man cannot or is not sacrificing a bit of your well-being or sometimes treating you special, you're being used. Number 2, he can't keep his hands off you. Anytime he sees you, he's dying to kiss you, irrespective of the contents. Every time you both are alone, he is in the mood to make out with you. Being physically attracted to someone is normal, but if physical intimacy is all he has in mind whenever he's with you, then it is not right. If every gesture, every move, every idea, concept of his is sexually oriented, surpassing emotional connections, then he is definitely using you. Number 3, your ideas are often ignored. In a healthy relationship, your told feelings, perspective, and ideas are valued. If you feel your words are often disregarded, then your man is not being authentic with you. A man who truly loves you will care about what you have to say and will make it a priority. He would not only discuss issues with you, but he would also make appropriate changes where required. Number 4. You do not feel stable in your relationship. One of the sure signs you are being used by your man is when you do not know where you really stand in the relationship. If you have never talked about what the relationship means to you both, the man you are with isn't really serious about you. Anyone who really loves you will be transparent about his feelings. He would share what he feels about the relationship and whether he wants the relationship to be a long term or not. If you have not had any of this conversation, it is a sure sign that you are being used and underappreciated. Point number 5. You feel that something is off, but you don't want to acknowledge it. Sometimes our guilt can be foolproof means of identifying a toxic relationship. The hard part is listening to and trusting our guilt over our hearts. If you feel that something is off with your relationship, it is important to pay attention to those bad feelings. If you feel you're being used or mistreated, pay attention, he does not really care. Point number 6. You don't feel respected. If you don't feel prioritized or respected in your relationship, you need to leave. Anyone who doesn't care about or value you isn't worth being with. If all you are doing is providing for his needs and getting none of your fulfilled, then he is using you for his personal gain. And point number 7. He is ready to take just your good parts and not your not so good parts. A person who really loves you will be there for you, both in your good and your bad times. If he is there by you during happy time and withdrawing from you when you are at your worst, he is using you. His feelings are questionable if he abandons you during a crisis situation. A person who really deserves you will be there for you. He will be the one who accepts both your virtues and flaws alike. The fact that someone you love is using you is a hard pill to swallow, but not as hard bearing the aftermath of a toxic relationship. So if you notice any of those signs, you should be alerted to take proper decision regarding your future together. Do you think you're being used by a man? Unleash your mind and take a decision today. Thank you for watching to the end. Please kindly subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for subsequent and interesting videos. Thank you and have a wonderful time.